Hello and welcome to Open Line. I'm Starlene Stringer. Now everyone's in back to school mode right now, but when the afternoon school bell rings, educational and recreational opportunities do not have to end for students. The City of Irving offers several free and low-cost after-school programs for children and teens. Our guests today are Senior Recreation Specialist at Northwest Park Rec Center, Della Jones, Library Program Specialist Corrine Barberina, and we also have Irving Police Officer Benny Pasley with us. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And I just really butchered his name. It was Basley. Make sure we get it correct there, Officer Basley. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. And we've got a lot of questions you're welcome to get to. So we're going to start with you, Miss Della. Let's start with a question about an overview of the after-school program, because a lot of parents are like, well, what do you have to offer? So tell us about the programs offered at Irving Recreation Centers.
The after-school programs, we pick the kids up at 2:45.
Okay.
And depending on where they are located throughout the city, depends on which rec center we'll be able to pick them up. So from 2:45, then we take them back to the rec center. They get an afternoon snack, which is provided by the school district. We have a partnership with the Irving ISD to provide snack to all of our programs.
Okay.
And then from there, they could do anything from homework, gym games, arts and crafts. We also do special events depending on which month of the year it is. Say for spring, like an Easter, we do an Easter egg hunt at some of the facilities. We do a holiday party. We do all different kinds of events with the kids.
A lot of fun, it sounds like.
Yes.
Well, we'll go to you next, Corrine, and ask you this before we get to some of the library's specific programs. There is a new spot to study this school year, the South Irving Library. Tell us about that.
The South Irving Library is our newest library, and it replaces the old Central Library. It's pretty much across the street from the fountain. You can see the Central Library from the new South Library. We have a wonderful view in the new building. Everything is brand new. There's quite a bit of interesting things for children. One prominent feature is our new Discovery Zone, which is an area in the children's department, which offers many just our core services, books, computers, that type of thing, and wonderful staff, but also offers a discovery zone for children for early literacy learning, which is a big focus of the new South Irving Library.
And since it's already open, I've got to ask, how popular has it already been?
It's very popular. It's always busy up in the discovery zone. People are coming in and using all of its features. We have a new business center. We have a teen zone as well. There is something for all ages at the new library, and wonderful views.
I love it. Officer Basley, the next question is for you. Now, some people tuning in may not be familiar with the police leagues, the athletic league in particular. So can you tell people exactly what that is?
Yes, to give a little overview of the program, it was incorporated in 1992 by volunteer police officers and private citizens. And the main purpose was to focus on at-risk kids to help develop self-esteem, discipline, and also mental courage. We offer that type of, I guess, build the character of those kids through physical fitness program and also exposing them to positive role models. And the ages that anyone can join the PAL will be from 7 to 8 years old. And it's free. All that we have to do is come and sign a waiver form, and it's free to participate.
Wonderful. All right, so let's go back to you, Della. We got an overview of the after-school programs, and you told us that sometimes they do pick up the children. Can you give us a little more background and what exactly happens? So the kids get picked up from school, they come in, how does it work? Walk us through it.
They come in, first thing usually is a restroom break. Okay. Then we pass out snack. We check roll to make sure that we've got the right kids that are supposed to be at the right facility. And then what we do is we'll split them up into groups, or we'll split them up. One group will do homework, another group will go to the gym, and then we'll switch. And it just depends on how many kids we have for that particular day. 30 minutes of homework, and then gym time is essential because, you know, they've been in school all day. Most of them they've got a lot of energy and a bunch of jitters, so we want to make sure that we use up all that excess energy so they can concentrate on their homework.
And you've mentioned snack a couple of times, and I know there's been a real push and concern about children not getting the food they need. A lot of children going hungry here in North Texas. So is that helping a lot? Do people say thank you for those snacks? Are they concerned about their kids getting something to eat?
I believe so, because we not only offer the snack to the kids who are registered in the after-school program, they're open to any child that is there in the facility, because we do have a lot of kids that they just walk over from school and they hang out until their parents can pick them up. So we do provide that snack to to anyone that's under the age of 18. Anyone that comes into the facility can get that.
And knowing the kids and teens I do, mine in particular, I can tell you most of them probably don't turn it down. They're going, ooh, snack.
No, and that's the first thing that they say is, I'm hungry.
Exactly.
It's like, we're going to have snack in just a minute.
Well,
So
I know we have some parents that are curious now going, so how do I sign up? How do they go about doing so?
they can register one of two ways. They can come into the facility, or now the city has a new ActiveNet where they can register online. So you have to have your Parks and Recreation ID card. It's $5 for anyone who's a City of Irving resident. You just have to show that proof. Then you can register online for the rec center that picks up at your elementary school. So it just depends on where they live in the city.
Okay, and you mentioned it's $5. Is that like $5 a week, $5 period? How does that work?
The Recreation ID card is $5, is good for 1 year.
Oh, wow.
Now to register your child for the after school program, it's per 6 weeks and it's $180.
Okay.
So, and we found that that's pretty reasonable for most of the parents here in Irving. And depending on which location that they live at, some of the rec centers do offer a weekly payment plan. So it just depends on where you're located.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Now, Corinne, I know some people get really excited about Yak and Y'all. The teenagers seem to love that. What exactly is it?
Those are two programs for teens to develop leadership skills. It's the Young Adult Action Council. They work with the librarians and determine what programs they want.
Okay.
There's also one at the West Library. It's called, it has a different, it's the teen...
Something snazzy.
Something snazzy. I'll think of it before the end of the show. But there are many opportunities for teens. There's volunteer opportunities. There's the YAC. There's councils that they can meet together. They plan programs. They do fun things. And they pretty much are a voice for the teens to tell us what they want.
Awesome. A lot of young people enjoy doing volunteer work these days, and a lot of them have to for their schools.
Yes, they do. They do.
Very, very good.
You know, it's important they come fill out an application and meet with us. And we have a volunteer coordinator, Carla Morgan, who can help get them set up.
Wonderful, thank you. Officer Basley, next we're coming to you because I know a lot of people are excited about PAL, and there's lots of different things we could mention about it, but let's start with boxing. Tell us about that.
The boxing program is the oldest of all the programs that PAL offer. It started up in 1992 also. We have a number of kids that come through the program that compete in state, regional, national competitions.
Wow.
We actually have a kid that is going to compete in Venezuela by the name of Francisco Martinez Jr.
Okay.
And he's one of the boxers that are going out to compete. I think to compete for the Olympics.
Oh wow.
And you know, that program is the best. But the main thing is that in order to get into the boxing program, you have to start in a fitness program, and that is required to take part in boxing and also the non-traditional programs that we offer through the Urban Outdoors program. And with the fitness program, it starts from 5 to 6:30, Monday through Thursday, and then on Fridays from 5 to 6. And it's for kids ages 7 to 18, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Well, just as I was mentioning before about the importance of nutrition and kids eating well or having food to eat at all, there's also concern in the media and, you know, in school you're hearing about kids not getting enough fitness in their lives. So it's good that you have these fitness opportunities for them to get involved. And I'm sure some parents are saying, so how do I do it? So how do they sign up their kids?
Just come down to 1550 Rock Island and sign the waiver form.
Okay.
And once they meet with Coach Solis and also Coach Don, they would explain to them the different rules that they have to abide by and what is expected of them. And once they agree to that, they're free to participate.
And what's the website to sign up? Do you have?
It's irvingpal.org.
Awesome. And the cost?
0.
Really?
Nothing.
Okay, I'll ask you again just in case I miss it. And the cost?
0. Nothing.
All
we need is a willing person to come down and work hard. And with arms are open, just come on. We'd love to have you.
I love it. And I know a lot of folks watching right now are either wanting to get their kids involved or their kids are watching and they're saying, I want to do it. You mentioned that you have one person who's going to Venezuela and training to be in the Olympics. Tell us about some of the other success you've had with kids in PAL and boxing. It's been very successful.
Absolutely. We also partnered up with the city court, which is teen court. And for first offenders, they get to put in community service hours at the gym. And by doing this and looking back on the individuals that has come through the program, I want to say less than 1% of the kids that go through the program are successful. They don't relapse, go back and commit other crimes or anything like that. So it's definitely a positive influence on kids to come and join the program.
Awesome. Well, Della, we're going to switch topics a little bit because I understand there's a very big, important, fun, special back-to-school program coming up soon. Tell us about it.
Yes, there is. It's at the Lively Point Teen Center. I don't know if everybody knows that we do have a teen center that's geared specifically for that age group. It's a back-to-school bash, and it's Saturday, September the 12th from 6 to 9 p.m. And it's free to anyone that wants to come in. They're going to have special attractions, and people will get to tour the facility, and there's a lot of people that don't know that we have a teen center.
Right.
So if you've never been, and it's right across the street from Irving High School. It used to be the old Heritage Senior Center,
Okay.
but they've converted that to a teen center, and they have computers, they have a fitness center, and they have a basketball court.
All the stuff that make kids want to hang out.
Yes, all the stuff that makes them want to hang out. And so
Good.
it's kind of an open house for people who are new to the area, don't know that we have a teen center. So that's a new event that they're going to start. So try to get more people interested in participating in that facility.
Sounds fun. Now, I know something else that's going on that you're going to tell us about. And that's the library program called Caught Between Reads Book Club.
Right. That's one of many book clubs that we do offer at the libraries, and book clubs are a core service. We like to connect people with books and make them fun and introduce new authors and ideas.
Sure.
The Caught Between Reads book club is specifically for teens who are pretty much 6th to 9th grade, and it is introducing them to young adult literature, a little easier young adult literature. And we also have a book club called Kids Only Book Club for 3rd to 6th graders, and we've begun a new teen book club for high school students. We want to have a book club for each age. You'll find book clubs at the various libraries. It's really best to check our library calendar on our webpage. We're devising many new programs now that we're putting in grants and starting in October. So many of our programs will be out and ready at that time. But the library also offers many core services for kids for homework help. We have computers, we have online resources, and we have great staff to help you with homework. It's a great place to come after school, whether it's for fun or for schoolwork.
I've noticed, I've been to several of the Irving libraries, and with my daughter, she's just 2, because I also know you have events where kids can come and read with their parents,
Yes.
or you have someone reading to them. And I noticed
Yes.
a lot of kids do take advantage of this opportunity you have, so it's pretty
Yes.
crowded and popular.
We really do, and the story times are at all 4 libraries. So there's quite a bit going on at all times. Weekends are pretty popular, and we're doing a lot of programming on Saturdays and Sundays as well. Sunday, every 3rd Sunday, we have a pause program, which is reading to the therapy dogs. And many kids take advantage of that and just love to come in and read a book to a dog. It's a
Hearing
wonderful
that the library
environment.
is a good place to hang out
It
makes parents and
certainly
teachers
is.
proud.
Yes.
That's wonderful news. Officer Basley, we're coming to you next to talk a little bit more about PALS, because I also know they offer something called Urban Outdoor Programs. Can you tell us about the different activities involved with that?
Absolutely. We have archery, kayaking. They do mountain climbing, rock climbing, mountain biking, and also hunting. With those programs, in order to participate in that, you must go through the fitness class first. And
You
that
better,
is,
if you're doing all that rock climbing.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's a way for not only the officers and the volunteers there to get to know the kid,
Sure.
to build a relationship, but when you go to different entities that help us put on these type of activities, we have to know that we can trust the kid to do the right thing. So all of those things are free, but first we will require you to go to the fitness class.
I love it, and I love that you mentioned that it gets the trust. The officers learn to trust the kids, but I know too that PAL helps kids trust officers, some who may not have done so in the past. I've
That's
done some
correct.
interviews and I see what the outcome can be. What do you actually hope that participants get out of it?
Well, to not give up when the going gets tough, because it's not like a video game where if you plan and you don't do as well, you can just hit the reset button. You have to push your way through certain adversities. Nothing in life good comes easy, and I'm quite sure you've heard that saying before. So it kind of builds character and help the kids to push through certain things that are tough, such as the training that you have to go through in a fitness class, and also the challenges that you would face in boxing if you choose to go that route. But the Urban Outdoor Program, that is set up for kids who wish not to go into boxing and like to do other things, such as the outdoors activities like the kayaking, the mountain biking, rock climbing, and so forth.
A little something for everyone there. Sounds
That's
like a lot of fun.
Yes.
Well, Della, I'm going to come to you next and ask you another question, because I know in addition to the after-school programs, there's also sports leagues. Can you tell us about those? What do you offer?
The rec centers offer adult sports leagues, basketball, volleyball, co-ed volleyball. There's also fitness classes, Zumba, karate. There's all kinds of things. But also there's also Irving Sports, All Sports Association. So if you have a kid that's wanting to get into different kinds of sports, basketball, baseball, football, cheerleading, there's those kinds of activities as well. And parents can check out, I guess, whatever interests, and we also have soccer, whatever interests their child.
And so how great of an athlete do you need to be, whether it's the adult or the child that's participating? Do they need to be like top at their game, or can these be people who are just learning for the first time?
In some of the leagues, say the co-ed volleyball,
Okay.
it's recreational. But when you get to like the men's basketball or the women's basketball, it's a little bit more competitive
Yeah,
depending
this is
on
Texas.
yeah, depending on which recreation center is offered. And you can always call your local recreation center and ask the league coordinator, you know, is this a competitive league or is this a recreational league? And that way the individual can determine for themselves if they really want to get involved, or if they want to get, say, a group of co-workers together and just hang out and have fun. So most of the co-ed volleyball leagues end up being that way. But the men's leagues, I've noticed, are a little bit more competitive. You know, they really want to get in there and exercise and want to get in there to win. So it's not only fun, but they're really
They
competitive.
take it really seriously.
Yes.
She said it nicely.
Yes,
Very nicely
they're really
said.
competitive.
What about the kids? Can any of the children participate, or do they have levels for that as well?
There's different age groups and different levels, so
Okay.
depending on which sport they're interested in, depending on their age group, then most of them are teaching and learning, as well as competitive leagues. So it just depends on what you're interested in, what you want your child to learn, or what they want to learn.
I see. And what about the cost involved? What do they have to pay?
For the, say, the men's basketball leagues, we do like a cost per team. So it's
Okay.
anywhere from $360 to $400 per team. And that helps the recreation centers with the officiating cost, different things like that. The volleyball leagues are kind of a self-run league where the teams officiate their own games. It's anywhere from 100 to 150 per league, per team. So, and then the youth sports is different. So it depends on which activity you want to get involved with, and it can be anywhere from $50 to $100 based on the sport and what they get for that price. I'm not really sure on the total overall,
Which one
but
they
there
get.
is something for
So they
everybody.
vary. Good,
yeah,
good, good.
the prices
Okay.
vary.
And they can check that out online, I'm sure. and
Yes,
get more
ma'am.
details. Wonderful. I've got another question for you. What is One Book, One Irving?
One Book, One Irving is a month-long community celebration of one book. It's similar to our Big Read. If you've heard of that in the past, during the month of October, we chose a book to read, and we had supplemental books for different age groups. This year, it's called One Book, One Irving. We will be reading The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak, and have many other book titles related to that for children and teens and adults. We will be celebrating the book. As far as reading, making books, we have kickoffs involving book characters, a parade, many library programs at all 4 of our libraries, as well as within the community. Our goal is to see if we can get as many people as we can in the city of Irving to read one of those books and to celebrate it. We have educational discussions as well as fun programs surrounding that. It's a great, fun thing to do as a community together.
And I've also noticed that a lot of one-time special events take place through the Irving Libraries as well. I know
Yes.
some of the authors come to town for author visits.
That's
But
correct.
you also have things scheduled like Talk Like a Pirate, which my daughter probably would love. Tell us about that, and where do you find out information
Talk
about
Like a
this?
Pirate is a program at the East Branch, and its purpose is to bring to light our Mango language database, which a database is information, is online. It's a way people can retrieve information, and Mango Languages has many languages there which you can learn online, and pirate is one of them.
So that's serious? Like
It's
that's a
seriously
language?
on there. It is a language.
Wow.
We've done that at the East Branch for probably the last 3 years. It's a lot of fun.
So do
not-
you speak pirate?
I do not. Arr.
That's about it? I was going to say, I know
about
R. That's about it. Very interesting.
But it is very interesting. So there are a lot of unique programs. Some of ours are recurring, like book clubs and story times. We have a Science in 30 after school at the East and the South Library, and they're once a month. But for other programs, it's really best to check our website or come and get a calendar at the individual locations.
Like the gaming marathon. What's that?
Yes. They are pretty much bringing out different games and letting the teens play. And I think they did one with Minecraft and Hello Kitty. It's really just to bring gaming back, and many people are still interested in that. And at the South Library, we put it up on the big flat screens, and we have access to some of that through some of the staff there. Our staff is just, at all 4 locations, the staff have so many unique strengths, and the staff are the people that are really there to help you. So I really like to stress that with all our locations.
It's definitely good. Y'all all have so much going on. If someone says they can't find anything to do in Irving, I don't know what they're talking about. There's so much. Hopefully they're listening to you right now. Officer Basley, I know y'all are wrapping up a very busy summer. You had Hoops and Kicks program going on. How did that go?
Oh, it was awesome. We had an average of 90 kids at the summer Hoops program.
Wow.
And for the summer Kicks, we averaged about 120 kids. And during that program, we also made lunches available to the kids, and it was a great turnout this summer.
Very good. And I know that's coordinated by school resource officers, and also that you're taking on a different role at this time. So can you talk about what officers actually do when they're on school campuses?
Yes, we of course enforce the laws, but we also counsel the kids. We have different presentations that we do for kids that covers bullying, sexting. We have different presentations for lockdown drills if any type of emergency were to arise during the school year. And we also give those presentations to the staff to make sure that everybody's on the same page if any type of emergency were to happen.
Wonderful. And I want to go back to you for just a minute, because I know the North Texas Day of Giving is coming up, and that has a significant importance to the library. Can you tell everyone what that is and how it benefits the library?
Well, the library is hoping to, we're being involved in the North Texas Day of Giving, which supports and raises money for nonprofit organizations. And the Friends of the Irving Public Library are hoping to raise some funds, because they help support many of the library programs. And the North Texas Day of Giving on August 17th will be reading The Book Thief throughout the day in the community, starting at 6 a.m., going all the way till midnight in various locations all throughout the city of Irving. We'll be reading books, talking to people about the book, and then hoping that people will be inspired to help out in the North Texas Day of Giving, to contribute to the Friends of the Library and all the programs that they help the library do.
Well, we sure hope they get involved and help out too.
Yes.
Now I want to come back to you now, Ms. Stella, because I know something fun is coming up. You've been talking about all the good fun stuff, all of you have, but you mentioned before you have the bash coming up, but you also have fall carnivals headed our way. Can you tell us about that? We have some dates we're putting up on the screen, but what can people expect if they choose to attend?
All the rec centers in Irving do put on a fall carnival. There are different times, as they can see from the calendar that y'all put up. They're just carnival games, bounce house, concessions, food. They just come in, wear their costumes, and just have a good time.
And anyone can go to any of them? It's not like you have to be a member of it. You can just show up and say,
it's open to the general public, and you can go to anyone. Most of them tickets are 25 cents each.
Oh, wow.
And you give out carnival prizes for the tickets.
Bargain. Yeah,
that's a bargain. And it's a great fun for the family. So.
And they're on different days, so if you really wanted, you could go to every carnival in town?
Yes, you can. And some of them start, I believe, as early as October the 16th. And then they're usually on Friday nights, depending on which area that you live in. If it's in Valley Ranch or South Irving, you can pretty much, I guess, drive around town and visit all the local carnivals that are going on.
Exactly. Sounds like a lot of fun. So we talked about South Irving Library a bit, but what are some of the features students might get at some of the other branches?
A lot of the same things, actually. We have all the databases are loaded onto all the computers. All the staff are there to help people with homework. The Valley Ranch Library has a green room for teens to experiment in. There'll be many programs that are planned around those type of rooms. There's a Make It Yourself room at the South Library. East Branch has some programs also for teens after school hours, but they're not standardized every week programs. It's really good to check the calendar. And West Branch, I did remember their name of their teen council, and it is the Teen Advisory Board, or TAB. And those are good leadership programs for children, for teens as well.
Wonderful. You said you were going to remember by the end of the show.
I would
and you
remember
got it
by the
in
end of the
there.
show, yes.
Awesome. Officer Basley, one last question for you, and that is, over the years, having seen all these kids go through the different programs you offer, what kind of results, what kind of impact is it having?
It's a positive impact. All of the kids that have gone through the program that has had any type of self-esteem issues, you can see during the participation of the fitness class, the boxing, you can see their self-esteem starting to grow. You know, not only do they see a change in their bodies, but they enjoy that, and just the camaraderie that everyone has at that gym as a support, as a great support for the kids. You know, they take that on and they just build off of that. And it's a great thing to see and be a part of.
I bet. Same question for you. What kind of results have you seen at the library by these programs that are offered?
We've had quite a few comments about our summer reading challenge, which is keeping kids reading throughout the summer and offering programs. And parents have been very pleased about some of the giveaways we've given, which have been free books for reaching certain reading levels, and for some of the educational programs. Kids tend to love to stay involved. And in our Discovery Zone, parents are very happy with the different activities. We actually have a Lego table up there in the South Library, so people are very happy with that.
I bet.
They enjoy coming to the library, and they say they feel it's a safe place to relax and do whatever they need to do, whether it's recreation or learning. And I do want to mention, I think I gave the wrong date for the North Texas Day of Giving. I believe it's September 19th, but please check the calendar, because I think I said the wrong date.
That's okay. We'll double check that.
Okay.
And same question for you. What kind of feedback are you receiving?
We get a lot of positive feedback from the parents. Like she said, it's a safe place for the kids to come and hang out. A lot of the parents involved in the after-school program, we do get a lot of positive feedback, because they know that their kids are safe and have a place to go after school until they get off work and can come and pick them up. But even just, we do offer classes. Every rec center offers classes after school. So if, say, the kids walk over from their elementary school to the rec center, and they don't have anything to do, they can always register for a class to keep them occupied.
Wonderful, thank you. And we did check on that for you. The Day of Giving is September 17th. So that is the
too many dates
date.
in my head. I'm going to
That's
apologize.
okay. We all totally understand. You guys are offering a lot of things, so I want to
Yes.
thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to tell us what you have to offer the children here in Irving.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
It's great fun.
And thank you for watching. I'm Starlene Stringer. Please be sure to join us on Thursday, September 10th at 1:30 p.m. for our next edition of Open Line. Our guest will be from the Irving Fire Department, and we're going to learn about some new initiatives. Email questions to ictn@cityofirving.org, and we'll get them answered on our next show. We'll see you then.